Vivian Davis. I work at Moffitt Cancer Center.
And I'm Jonathan Davis. I work at Bay Equity Home Loans. A friend of mine just kept asking me and Viv, he was like, you guys need to come to my church. You guys need to come to my church. And I was like, I don't want to go to church. And honestly, I was like, I'm going to go and it's going to be the same thing. He said to me, give it a shot. We started talking. She said everything in our life is doing really well right now, except we have no relationship with God. And we decided to come to Free Life. And Pastor Scott drove me in on a four-wheeler. So I knew at that moment that it was definitely not going to be church as usual. What makes Free Life different for us? I would say just the diversity, and maybe you can add a little bit more to that.
Well, as far as there's so many different races that go to the church, it's nice to see whites, blacks, Mexicans. It doesn't matter what race you are, everyone's welcome there. So that's just a beautiful thing to see.
It just feels so different at Free Life than it does anywhere else we've ever been. And that includes where I grew up at. So I think the creativity in which Pastor Scott's able to, and pretty much all ministers for that matter, are able to make the message understandable at a level for people like my wife, where I grew up in church my whole life. So yeah, I'm a little bit more versed on the Bible than most, but my wife isn't. And his ability and the minister's ability to break it down as simple as possible, but then to do stuff like swing from the ceiling and drive up on a four-wheeler. And I think even down to what my children experience with the church, with the Fix, and my oldest he's active in that, and then they got other things that for the young adults, like my 14-year-old. I mean, the summer camp and Wednesday night services. So I think all that makes our church much different than everybody else. I gotta say, when we first started coming to Free Life, we were in a very good place financially. Everything was going great, like I said earlier. We just felt like we were missing that piece of God. And we started coming to Free Life, and everything was going great. And then business started slowing down for us, and things got hard financially. I think that's when we realized that we were definitely in the right place, that God already knew we were going to go through a storm. He knew what this storm was going to feel like for us. He knew it was probably going to be one of the hardest things for me as a father and a provider, as a husband, to go through. But he connected us with the right people. He gave us the right pastor. He gave us the right friends. He gave us the right church. And the church that we're at with Free Life absolutely hugged us. They hold us up. And since we've been at Free Life, our faith has just gotten so much deeper. Our relationship as husband and wife has gotten much deeper. I think we're better parents. So much so to where even my 14-year-old is a tither. And I think that speaks volumes for us. Sometimes when you're going through storms like this is the time that God is preparing you for something else. And he definitely put us in the right place. And we're going to give our way and praise our way right through this. And I can't wait to tell the praise report.